Hey, welcome. I hope you've been having a great day. Today I thought I would do a drawing video. This is going to be a very long video, so hopefully it's not a problem for you. But I just thought I would draw this picture. I'll put it up on the screen. It's from a conservatory in Minneapolis. So, yeah, I thought it'd be fun to draw and fun to make a video. There's going to be a bit of rambling, a bit of talking about what I'm drawing. So, hopefully you enjoy it. Yeah, I'll get started right away here because this will probably take a long time. But yeah, what I like to do when I draw is I just do not even basic outlines. I just do the areas that different parts of the drawing are going to take up. So here, let me just start with that. We're going to do this walkway goes about right here and a little bit further up. Then we have a lot of plants right over here and a lot of plants down here, and then one big plant over here. Perfect. And then we have the windows in the background. I'll just leave that for now because we have this tree that comes up and out over here. And yeah, that's what I like to do to start off. Then I'll do a couple more defined lines. So we have this plant down here. Start with that. Actually, I'll start with a couple of these ferns over here because these aren't too bad. Now what I'm doing for this, the pencil is not going to be the final drawing at all. I have some markers that I'll be using, and then I also have my Sharpie here. So that's the plan for that. I definitely won't be doing nothing but pencil. So these are basically just outlines that I'm doing right now. For later. So this is all ferns down here, so I'm just and this is branch over here. I'm just getting stuff for that down. Okay, that fern there, and then some more plants up here. This is a tree right here, so I'll get the outline down for that. Yeah, so I hope everyone doesn't mind the longer videos. I personally like them because, you know, it gives you more to watch pretty much. And if you ever get sick of it, you can just stop watching, I guess, or stop watching for a little bit and then come back later. So that's why I like the longer videos. But you know, everybody has different opinions. I know the 1 minute videos are super popular too, so it's all about personal preference, I guess. But yeah, personally, I usually watch the longer videos. Hopefully you can hear the pencil okay. I know that's a big part of the what's it called, like drawing ASMR videos is the pencil. So hopefully you can hear it pretty good, pretty well. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit more over here. There's this like brush. here. This branch comes up, out, and there's one that goes all the way up and out here. Perfect, perfect. Okay, then we just have a big leaf coming out this way. Two of them, actually. And then a couple leaves off here. Okay, so that's the basic start for this corner that I have. This isn't everything, but just so I have a little layout going for later. Then over here, I'll get the lines down for the bricks. I know in the original picture, if you notice, there's a slippery when wet sign on the ground, but I will not be including that. So, sorry about that, but don't think I need to put that in here. Okay, then got all the lines down for that. Perfect. Ooh. Sorry, my fridge just dropped some ice. So I'll probably mute that. Then I'll do some of the nature that's going on over here. We have a fern right here, and then some bushes. A lot of stuff for the bushes, what I will do is just not try anything for it, and then just get the basic color down, and then use the Sharpie to add some dimensions and some edges and things like that. But when I'm just using the pencil, I like to get a basic outline going, nothing too crazy. I was planning on listening to some music while doing this, but the birds are chirping today, so I didn't feel like putting headphones in. And I was listening to music a lot before today, so got enough of that already. Just one too many over here, so I'll just skip over that, but yeah. Perfect, alright. Then a little push in the corner, which I'll just draw on later. Okay. Then I'll get some lines going for these windows back here. We have a big one right here. And then we have a bar over here, which is more in the foreground. It goes up to about right here. And we have this up here. Perfect. Okay, then same thing up here. Nice box. That down to about right there. Shouldn't go past that. Then we have a bar going across the ceiling this way. Also, with this drawing, I'm not going to make things too exact. Like, I'm not going to bring out a ruler or anything like that. So sorry if some of these lines are a bit bad, but not the style I'm going for. I'm going for something a bit more messy, a bit more fun. Not exactly realism or anything like that. Okay. Got this line coming down. Perfect, okay. Got that going. Then this comes right up to the wall. So this will just be windows over here. Then up. Perfect. Alright. We have the big bar laid out. This goes a bit too far down. I have to come up a little bit. Okay. One thing I do need is an eraser, which I don't have. So I'm going to go grab one of those, and I will be right back. I found a pencil with an eraser on it, so I'm just going to fix that up a little bit. Perfect. Alright. Next, I'm going to get some of these lines back here, because there are some that come down. Actually, there's another one. There's another thing back here. That's partially covered by some trees, but I'll just have that thin line there for now. Okay. Then we have some lines coming down for the windows. Hopefully you all enjoy the bird noises, if you can hear them. They're super loud today. It is a beautiful day out today. It's about 70 degrees. Super sunny. I think after this I'm going to bring the kayak out. That's my plan. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I can. Alright, got all those lines down. Then next, I'm going to, well actually there's some more, there's like base pillars under these, so I'll draw those. Alright, perfect. Then pretty much all I have left to sketch out is this plant that comes up in the middle, and then we can start coloring, which that's pretty quick actually. It's only been about 10 minutes, so making quick work of this so far. We have this tree that comes up, perfect, and then branches out. And one that comes up like this. Alright. And then these are just, there's some leaves on here, obviously. Alright, perfect. Then I will just do a little bit of erasing to make sure, none of the background stuff is covering this tree, because the one thing with the markers I'm going to use is you would probably be able to see any pencil that is under them, so I want to make sure that happens as few times as possible. So hopefully that's all good down there. Alright. then we should be good to begin coloring. Actually, I lied. There's a couple things I want to do up in the top here. There's the slanting roof. So, oh, that is the wrong pencil. That will definitely show under. And I just dropped it. That will definitely show if I put marker over it. Yeah, there's this slanted roof up here. So you have the beam. And then the rest of this is just the roof. So should be able to color that. I'll add another beam back here. Yeah, okay, perfect. Now let's add some colors into here. First we will start out with all the green that is in the foreground. I need another piece of paper so I can see what these colors look like before I use them. So I'm gonna go grab that. I will be right back. I'm back. I grabbed an envelope because I could not find actual paper. So this will work. Alright, let's just see what these all look like. Okay. Alright. Okay. Then one more color. Well, that one's dark. Okay. I thought this color would be a bit lighter, but that is okay. Alright. Well, to start, I think this green works for this background area over here. So I'll put some of that down. Just down here we have some. And then a bit coming up here. Because this is all the same type of fern. Yeah, okay. A little bit of that there, and then these ferns up here I think are that color, so I will put some of that. That is looking good. Alright, there's one. I'm gonna make this edge a bit softer. Okay. Perfect. Then we have a couple more ferns coming out. We have this one. I think if I did something like this with watercolors, it would be a bit more I think I would enjoy it a bit more, but it would also probably take me about 10 times as long. So, you know, you kind of need a balance. Because if I did this with watercolors, I'd be here. I started doing this at about 12:45. I'd probably be here until I go to sleep. So I don't work very fast with watercolors. Okay. Then we have a couple that you can kind of see back here, but not too well. There we go. All right. In here, I'll draw that line for those ones real quick, just so I know where it is. Okay, perfect. Then I'll draw the last couple of these leaves. This one starts real thin and then gets wider coming down. All right. Same with this one over here. Perfect. Then just have a couple more over here. All right. I know right now this doesn't look great, but hopefully it all turns out in the end. That's when I do these types of drawings, that's usually how it is they look kind of funky at the beginning, and then they start to come together towards the end. The thing with markers is it's very hard to do shadows because I have a limited number of colors I can use. Like a couple of these would look a lot better if I had some shadows on there, but it's tough to, it's tough to do that. Then that comes down off the page. Over here I'll do some line work. Just so this is defined. That's the thing I like about doing these types of drawings, is you get to just have the broad colors and then get a bit more detailed with the Sharpie towards the end. Now all of these have this nice line running right through the middle. Now what I think I will do with these for shadows, because I'm using markers and it's a bit harder to do shadows with them, is I will do this technique that I do sometimes where you just use lines with the Sharpie. So here, I'll show you up here if you can see it. It's like if we have this circle here, the light's coming from over here, then you can do That was a terrible example. I'm sorry. You'll be able to see it in here. That was terrible. For some of the shadows, like down here, just lines like that, or off on this side of the branch. Just like that. I think that's the best way for me to do it, at least when I'm working with markers like this, because otherwise it's tough to get some good shadows going in there. To make sure these stay nice and messy. I need another one right there. Unfortunate. The nice thing about the Sharpie is it shows up pretty good even when you color over it, which is very nice. Go. Perfect. Alright, almost done with this first plant over here. And more lines on here. Perfect. All done with that guy. Almost, actually. I'm gonna add a couple more shadows there. Alright. Perfect over here. Now we will start drawing some of the defining lines down here. Actually, I lied about that. What I want to do next is get some more colors going down here, just so the lines are a bit more defined once I'm all done. So this is all different color back here. Come right up to here. Perfect. Got the outline. Now we will color all this. Really hoping this turns out good, because normally I like to use watercolor. Thought I'd change it up with the markers. These are my sister's markers, because I don't have any nice ones, at least, of my own. Or I guess I don't really have a variety. I have a like 12 pack that I had for school projects and stuff, but that's been sitting in my room for a couple years, and it's only 12 colors, so that makes it harder to do. Okay, have all that. Then this same color will be going on down here. Alright, perfect. Then I'm gonna get some brown right here. I'll do some of the leaves for this one over here, coming off. And switch the broad side. Alright, that'll be good. Then this all over here is just ferns. Debating what color to use for them. This one will probably be good. So you have one leaf coming through right here. One leaf coming up right here. One leaf over here. One leaf coming down here for this fern. Then just straight one from a different fern over here. Then this will all be a different green back here. Okay. Another fern right here. Not a big one though, just a smaller one. My laptop on for my reference picture and it keeps shutting off on me. Okay. Then a couple of this. And there's one that comes up here. Pretty high up. So I'll get some leaves on these too. Excuse me. Alright. Looking good. Then I'll get these all defined over here. We have a lot of leaves up on the top here. Okay. This is already 30-something minutes long. It's gonna be a long video. That's okay though. And then I think this is also a leaf down here. Okay. Get some more lines done for this tree. some shadows for it too. Once all these are down. Alright. Perfect. This will be a very cartoony drawing, but that is what I'm going for, so it's okay if it ends up like that. Alright. Nice massive leaves up here. This one's more like a fern. But I'll make it a bit more tree-like. Alright, perfect. A little bit of shadow over here. Okay, those are looking nice. Then make these ferns a bit more defined. Get them all coming from the center over here. Perfect. All right. Perfect, that's one of the ferns. Then we have this stray leaf over here for a different fern. Alright, also gotta do this one right here. And this part right here. Perfect. Almost done with these ferns. Gonna add a little bit of shadow down and around here. Perfect. All right. So those are the main things that are going on there. Just need some background stuff then. Some nice greens back here. Except for this. Have the tree coming up over here. All right. I'll get this more defined in here too real quick. We have just some bushes down here. Now these will be super goofy. I think that's the best way to do these bushes, these bush type things. Or at least this one here. And the one next to it I'll make a bit more defined. Then over here we'll have some more defined things. Still super messy, but a bit less so. Up here I'll do a couple smaller ones just for the edge. Then in any gaps I'll just do some lines like this over here. Perfect. Okay, looking good so far. I was planning on recording like 3 videos today, but I think this one might take up a lot of the time that I have, that's okay. I do like drawing and coloring, so it works out. So those will be the 2 messiest spots of the whole drawing, I think. Because they're more in the background, they don't matter as much. Then we have a couple more ferns over here. And this one coming up. Get him drawn in there. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it a good mix between messy and like you can tell what it is. So I think that makes for a fun drawing. I also forgot to add some more shadows down at the bottom of these. There we go. Some nice shadows. Then this is just a fern here, so get that looking all nice. Alright. I'm surprised my dog hasn't been barking at all for this whole recording, which is nice. Thank you, Jojo. Alright. Nice little fern back here. I think there should be one more leaf. tough decision. Oh, I should probably make this a bit more defined up in here. Do the leaves. Same thing as we did over there. I suppose this part won't be as defined either, but that's okay. Yeah, this is just a bush back here, so works out. Alright. I'll add some darker green. I'll put a lawn in here. Let's go this side. Because this is just in the shadows in the background, not as important as the things I have up front here. This might be a problem with these leaves, though. Let's leave a bit of space there. That done there, then we'll do a lighter color up in here. Not that one. Do this one. This just for up in here. I think that's all we'll need. Excuse me. Then the rest of this you'll be able to see in the background here. So. Alright, stand for a second. I'm going to do this pathway that is over here next. Just to get it done. Alright. Get all this gray down. Then I will define the bricks down here. We have a line going like this. It's real simple like that, and then just like that. Nice pattern in the ground. And I'll add a couple spots with some wear and tear, just to make it look a bit less boring. Perfect. Alright. Got the ground looking better. Then next, I'm gonna add some of you right here. To cover up the path a bit. Okay. Then I think now I'm gonna do these poles that they have up on top. So since I have the gray out, I'll do this bottom part because this will be a different color than the top because of shadows. Okay, we got that down there. And you're also a darker color on this side. I've decided it's smarter for me to got these nice big things done right away to fill some more space, to convince myself that I'm making progress. And then up here, this one. Okay, perfect. Now time to find a lighter gray, if there is one in here. Here we go, this is what I'm looking for. Just for these. Open here. I'm going to do the Sharpie lines up here first, I think. And once again, this will be very messy up here. But it's because I'm not using a ruler. This just makes it easier to know where everything needs to go. Sorry if you can hear the kids yelling outside. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in my neighbor's yard. Okay. I do love drawing cubes, hollowed out cubes. Perfect. I'll probably forget a line in here somewhere, just because, I don't know, I like to forget things, I guess, so it'll probably happen somewhere in here. Hopefully you don't mind the marker sounds here. I will flip this just so it's a nice line going through here. Alright. sure that's all looking good. Then I will bring out the other gray. Which is not that one. I don't think. It might be actually. Sorry about the noise of me shuffling through all these markers. I think it's this one. Oh yeah. We are closing in on 1 hour. This will probably end up being about an hour and a half. That's my guess. Alright, perfect. Got all those done up there. You know what? I'm going to add some actual shadows down here, I think. Just by using this gray. I think that would make everything look a bit better. I did forget a line. I just found it. There we go. I like that a lot better, actually. I'll just use the gray for some shadows. Yeah, that looks better. At least I think. Oh, it doesn't really stick though, at least not too well. Like over here, you can't even see it barely. Do I have what color is this? I'll try that maybe. We'll see. Just in that one. If that doesn't work, this might be bad. Let's see how it dries. Okay. Let's continue. Up here. I'll do this tree right here real quick. Well, I guess it's more of a plant, it's not really a tree. This is definitely already the longest video I've ever recorded. I think previously I did a drawing one and it was 36 minutes. Something like that. So a pretty long video, but not as long as this one. That try is very dark, so I think we're not going to use the black. All right. Perfect. Okay. I'm very glad that it's coming up on being summer because it is my favorite season. Love listening to the birds and a lot of my favorite activities I can do during the summer, so it works out pretty good. I'm planning on making a gardening video that was going to be today. I think I should still have time for that. I just released it a bit late because that was the one I was planning on uploading the day of this recording. This one I think won't come up for a while because I think it's a good idea to stock up some videos just in case, you know, you're on vacation or you don't have time to record for a while. But that's probably what will happen with this one. Unless I change my mind, but we'll see. Alright. I can do some shadows on this one because of the color. Debating using that black for the rest of the big fern over there because now it kind of looks funky, but I don't know. That's kind of stuck. Let's see how this gray looks. See, that's just what I need, is I need it to stay like that. But I'm not sure if it will. Kind of doubt it. A little bit. Okay, well that's all I need, just a little bit of the shadows, just so there's some. I forgot to do part of this over here. I just realized. I think that's in the wrong spot. That's okay. All right. There we go. Messed that up a little bit. That's okay. All right. Then once I get these done, I think I'm going to do all of these pillars over here. And then do the sky, which you can see in the background. Okay. Alright. Then these are all going to be the same color as this. So I'll break out this side. Very nice. Alright. Then just these pillars going down. Alright. I'll sharpie all those in. Sorry if I'm doing a lot less talking towards the end here. Start to run out of things to talk about when you're recording for an hour and some change. But I think I'm gonna go kayaking after this. It's a beautiful day. It's just nice to get out in the water. And then I'm gonna go fishing for some smallmouth, I think, on the kayak. So we'll see if I catch anything. I haven't had very much luck this year out of the kayak, but it's because I haven't really fished out of it much. I think I've only gone out 1 or 2 times. I think once I get all these windows colored in, it'll start to look a lot more complete, because they are the center of the drawing. Also need to get some more color going down there, this area. Because currently a lot of these trail off to just nothing. Alright. I'll get my blue out. I think this will be a nice color right here. Yeah, that works. Nice blue. Might be a bit too vibrant for me, actually, but it's okay, this is cartoony. I don't know if I have a lighter blue than this. I need some blue in this drawing because mostly it's a lot of green. Just need some contrast. Something else to look at. A lot of greens and a lot of grays. That's what we have going on right now. But this will change that up a bit. Throughout this video, I think you'll be able to hear my ice falling in my fridge after it makes it. My ice maker has been having a problem where it makes the ice and then I think it dethaws in the freezer or something like that, and all the ice freezes together. So if you go to grab some ice for a drink or a smoothie or anything like that, it's just a massive block of ice sitting in the freezer. So it does that sometimes. I'm not sure why, because it's not all the time that happens. Just occasionally. Not sure if it's with the warmer weather or what reason it's for, but it does like to do that. Yeah, these windows make it look a lot more complete. Excuse me. Oh. I just got a phone call. finish these windows, then I do have to answer that, I believe. So, once I finish these, I'll be back in a second. Very nice. Oh, I can do this line up here too. Alright, I'll be back in a second. I'm going to answer that phone call. Alright, I'm back. Time to do some more drawing. I think here, let me pull up my reference picture real quick. Okay, over here we have another tree to do. We're actually getting kind of close to being done, I'd say. About 2/3 of the way there. Just need to finish up at this side. But once this tree is done, I think this will go very quickly. Got this branch up here. There. Another one going this way. There. One coming up over here. Perfect. Okay. That does look kind of funky right now, but I think we should be able to make it look better. That's definitely a tree. I'll tell you that much. A couple branches coming off over here. Alright, time to Sharpie. Looking good. If you stayed this late to the video, thank you. This is going to be very long. I wonder how long this will take to render on YouTube. My guess is like 6 hours maybe. Because I've had longer videos before, like half an hour long, and those take about an hour and a half, so I'm guessing somewhere in there. Some nice lines on this tree. I need some gray in this background over here. This doesn't lead to nothing. Actually, I'll make this down here. Tree. What I like to do with trees is make them very messy. I think it looks better if a tree is super messy in art compared to, well, unless you're doing like realism, but otherwise I think it just looks nice when the tree doesn't have too much form. It's not too exact, but it needs a little bit. Like I like having some puffs off, some little sections, but nothing too nice. Okay, got the tree done. Then we'll add these bars that go through up here. Perfect. Then I'll color these real quick. Hope the marker sounds aren't too much. I think the microphone is far enough away where it won't be, but just in case. Switch to a different gray. There we go. Forgot that little part of the tree. Okay. Perfect. Now let's get this window right here. Alright. Just need a little bit more brush down here. And then I think we are all good. Oh, this side too. Oh, and I need to do the roof, which will be... where's the light gray, this color? No. Let's do this color. No. Let's do something new for the roof. How about you? What color do you look like? I could do that color. Nah. I changed my mind. Well, this is the sky, I believe, in the actual photo, so we can do that. Oops. That's not good. Alright. Then this is the roof right here, so we can color that nice gray. I think that'll be light gray. Alright, then just these two areas, and we are all done. I think down here I'm going to add a bit more of this dark color. It's a color that hasn't really been used. This color is just slightly different, so we can use this one. Alright, let's get some nice bushes going over here. These I still have to do yet. Make these real messy down in here because they're in the shadows. You're not supposed to be able to see them too well. Don't want them to be the focal point. I want that more so for the ferns that are up here. Perfect. Let's keep it real nice and messy. Okay. And some more up in here too. Wrong color. Ooh, might be the right color actually. This is the one I was going for. Alright, perfect. Add a little bit down here. Just for fun. Okay. I'll get these bushes over here more defined. plants. Perfect. Add some shadows. Okay. We only have a little bit left to do, just these down here, and then this right over here, and we're all done. Don't know if you just heard that, but my dog just yawned in the background. Alright. Okay. I need to add some more bushes over here, I think. And down here we can switch it to a different type of bush. We can have this one. Which green is that? Not that one. I don't know which green that is. Might have lost it. Okay. We can just do. We can do this one. Perfect. Okay. I think I'm gonna do these windows down here real quick. Hopefully these birds aren't waking anybody up. They're kind of loud. It'd be kind of funny if somebody was sleeping and they heard the birds in the video and they thought it was morning and woke up. I need to get this spot down here. Two more windows. Then the very right side, this is all wall, so that won't be too hard to do. Okay. Just make these defined down here. And some little flower type things. Oh, I'll have to cut that out. Sorry if you can hear my stomach, I'm kind of hungry. Alright, just gotta do this gray over here, and we are all done. Actually, I think there's windows over here as well, so look at that. I'll add those. So this is blue. Blue. And then this is all gray. Well, actually we have... No, that's gray, that's all gray. So... Oh, there it is. This is the one I was looking for. Perfect. Perfect. And actually a little bit left to do. And alright, that is it. Thank you for watching. I know it probably doesn't look like much, but this is a medium I don't use very often, so I just wanted to experiment a little bit and see what I can do with it. So, yeah. Well, thank you for watching. If you made it to the end, you could consider subscribing. This was probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours long. So, yeah. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and if you want more of these, let me know. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and just add in a couple more shadows. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your night.